Today, another chokeberry. This is Shady Bonsai. Hey everyone, we're back. It is November, and the trees are starting to get some color change here. A new one for you, Aronia number 2. Check this out. $10. Not an end of the season clearance, actually. I got this in the middle of the summer. Just haven't shown you guys yet. There wasn't much I could do with it at the time. It's ready to move inside. It's actually been inside for a couple weeks now, but it's got to get chopped down. This has got way too much on it. So let me make a few quick cuts, then we'll talk about what's going on. I'm just gonna cut a bunch of stuff off here, right there. We got way too much height on here. I'm gonna go in here, take these back over here. Again, this is one of the species that I am experimenting with. I think it's got a lot of potential. This is way too big to be convincing as a tree. Also has some structural problems we're fixing up here. I did go through, I'm cutting on little chalk lines. I actually kind of thought about where I wanted to make these cuts. And right back here, this. Kind of setting the structure of a little tree. Now you'll notice, maybe why this one wasn't selling is it had a lot of kind of suckers like this and this coming out of the bottom. I have a choice I need to make. Do I want to keep these on or remove them? Let me show you what's going on down in here. Okay, if we get down here at the soil level, you can see where these suckers are coming out of the bottom. And at first you might think, oh, I don't want that. That's really bad. That is something that's going to get that out of there. Make it not look good. Look at this beautiful, thick, chunky base on here, though. That's because of these growing there. So I have to decide, do I take them off now? Or do I leave them on to thicken this up even more? You know, I think I'm going to leave it on. Just as an experiment. I can cut these way back. I don't need this much on there. It's not going to fit nicely inside. But I'll take this whole big chunk off right here. This one right here, we'll just cut it back. It'll send out some new growth. So we will have eventually this really nice, get that out of the way there, chunky base. This will come off. This will come off. Maybe I'll give it another season, though, to hang out on here and make this even thicker. So what I have now, looking up here, is we've got this nice chunky base, okay? Zooming on in here. This nice chunky base comes up, it splits in two. It splits in two going up like this, okay? Then I've got kind of these three right here. And yeah, they're all coming from the same kind of spot. I have to get that down to 2. And then up here, we've got, again, 3. And I want to get those down to 2. So a little bit of thinking here to decide which ones of these are going to go. Well, this is real straight. This is not adding any visual interest because this comes up here, right? And it kind of keeps on going straight. So that's going to be boring. So that one is going to go. Much more interesting to have them splitting off in new directions. Let's see if there's a similar decision that can be made on this one back here. Some kind of big branch it broke off here, getting some visual interest there. Maybe it gets a little reverse taper. Let me take a peek. 1, 2, 3. This one's not quite out of the same spot. This is just so crowded in here, you know, with this middle one. The middle one's going to go. Get in there. Taking that off. Probably clean that up a little bit. A little bigger wound, but long term should look a little bit nicer. All right. Probably thinking a front is going to be somewhere over here. Can't really see what this side looks like with the way it was, you know, stuck in the dirt there. But a cool kind of starting to get sort of that tree-like structure. Don't love this coming right out at me though, if that's the front. Really what we're gonna have to do is get down here into the dirt in the springtime and see where the roots and stuff and such are. And then we can make a better, more informed decision on what an actual front would be. But in the meantime, we've got these two sacrifice branches here, which are gonna thicken up that base. And this has got, kind of comes up, it curves this way, starts to go this way. Maybe we take this whole thing off here in the middle and we just kind of curve up this way. I do kind of like the twin trunk kind of thing going on. A lot of Aronias seem to have this. So that's it there. Pretty short and sweet. Just wanted to make those cuts. I've been wanting to make those cuts for months now. Timing wise, you know, there's a choice about when you want to make those cuts. If you make cuts in the fall, you're cutting back to a bud that exists and you're hoping that that's going to pop. If you cut in the middle of the summer, the tree is at its maximum energy. It's going to push out a whole bunch of new growth that you can choose from. Not necessarily a one right or wrong a way to do it. I just decided to let it kind of keep, because it had so much growth on it, thinking like, let's just let it grow for the season and really put on all the energy it can and get ready for the winter. So I wanted to wait until it kind of went into more of the fall season and thinking about vascular growth, putting vascular growth on before winter came. And now these cuts have been made and we'll see what happens in the spring. Thanks for tuning in, you guys. This is Shady Bonsai.